regular meeting of the Jackson City Council. Today's date is April 7th, 2026. The time is currently 10 a.m. We are on time. Colleagues, are there any opening statements? Ms. Clay?
I just want to say today that I hope we make the right decisions and we do the things in the best interest of the city, and that we are all human, but let's be open-minded and follow the rules.
Amen. Anyone else? Mr. Foote?
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to open and close the meeting in honor of Miss Jan Munger, a longtime citizen in Jackson, and still, pillar of the community, and passed away on Good Friday.
Thank you. Mr. Hartley?
Yes, I'd just like to ask the folks prayer and support for the Levels family, my family back in South Carolina, who lost a member of their family. Just hopes and prayers. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? And colleagues, I'd like to open this meeting in celebration. Today is my Deputy Clerk Valerie's 53rd birthday. Okay, she may not be 53, but today is her birthday. Okay. So maybe she'll get some lunch a little later. I don't know. Got to figure it out. All right. So we will begin with the invocation by Dr. Charles A. Thurman, who's pastor of Greater Harvest Baptist Church, Ward 6. And then I asked Councilman Foote to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand.
First of all, good morning. Join me. God, we lift up our city, Jackson, before you today. Bless our mayor, our city council, and every leader that entrusted with guiding our communities. Grant them wisdom that rises above pressure, clarity that grant them wisdom that rises above pressure, clarity that cuts through confusion, and courage to choose what is just and compassionate. Strengthen their character, steady their hearts, and surround them with people who offer truth, insight, and integrity. We pray for every department head, every staff member who keeps this city moving, those who planned, those who protect, those who repair, those who serve, and those who support. Renew their energy with the work when the work is heavy. Let their efforts bring safety, dignity, and opportunity to every community. God, we ask that you would bless now. Remember our city, our communities, every family, every elder, every child, every business owner, every person who calls this place Jackson home. Bring unity where there's division, hope where there's discouragement, and resources where there's a need. Let neighbors look out for one another. Let compassion rise. Let healing take root. Cover our city with peace, God. Guide us towards progress that includes everyone. And let your presence be felt in every street, every home, and every decision made on behalf of the great city of Jackson and its people. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you, Dr. Thurman, for that wonderful invocation. Really appreciate you. All right, colleagues, we have 4 non-agenda public comment items and no agenda public comment items. We will begin with Shante Wallace, Child Issues. You can come on up. The rules for the road, as usual, you get 3 minutes. At your 2.5-minute mark, the clerk will give you the yellow flag. Once your time is up, your 3 minutes are up, she will then flag you with the red flag, and at that time, we ask that you cease public comment. If you need to set up something with the administration, we kindly ask that you do that in the foyer. Constituent Services Managers here, and we also have the CAO. Ms. Wallace? Please turn on the mic and state your name for the record.
Big John.
Hello, good morning.
Good
My
morning.
name is Shante Wallace, and I'm here to speak about, I've still been doing the investigation, what is going on with my son with the sex trafficking, and the JPD officers are involved, right along with Judge Hicks and Judge Joshua McCory. Okay, it's sealed documents on a court case, and why would Judge Hicks and Joshua McCory seal documents if they don't have anything to do with the sex trafficking going on with the kids? It's not only my son that is being sex trafficked, it's other kids too. And they use the sheriff department and the police department. So a parent wouldn't have anyone to help them, because if the police department and the sheriff department and CPS is involved in the sex trafficking, that's a real problem. Because if a child is running away from home, it is a reason why that child is running away from home. It's either 3 or 4 reasons why the child is running away from home. And I would suggest out of those 4, it's only 2 main reasons. That child is getting molested, or he's not being treated right at home. So, and the system is just not for the kids. And if it's not for the kids, and the kids are our future, and I always say, these kids here in Jackson, Mississippi, they can be our next governor. They can be our next city councilman. But when you have pastors that are involved, and you go to court, and you have Judge Hicks have her pastor involved, and my son shouldn't even be around her pastor at Progressive Church. It is not right. And while my mom, 81 years old, they know she cannot handle a 9-year-old child. So, and the child has a parent, and I'm the parent of the child, a successful parent of the child. Like I said, I did 18 years with JPD, and we'll do more years with them. But this is a problem, because single women and kids, they are not safe here in Jackson, Mississippi. And I am gonna reach out to our new chief to get a meeting about this situation, about how JPD officers are, their actions against their own fellow co-workers and against their kids, right along with the judges. Thank you. Y'all have a blessed morning. God bless.
Thank you. Ms. Priscilla Teal, Crisis Management.
Yes. Ma'am, could you pass this out to me? Okay. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Priscilla Williams Teal, and I represent Humanity 2020 Crisis Group, which is a national crisis management firm. And my director and I spoke with Mr. Attorney Peter about a crisis management plan for the city of Jackson, because right now, I don't know if the residents know, we have 70 to 80% of our most dangerous areas in the city of Jackson, in West Jackson, South Jackson, as well as Central Jackson, which includes downtown to Fondren to Bellhaven. As well as of 2025, we've had 78 homicides, 400 robberies, 700 plus aggravated assault cases.
I have also did my research and finding out the programs that we have in place right now, and there are like 8 to 9 of them, and only 3 are successful. So my crisis management plan, we're asking to come before the board. We have a date scheduled in 2 weeks, so that's why I'm here. Mr. Attorney Peter.
Good morning, City Council. Peter Tavison, CAO. I've met with Ms. Till and her partner who was in Louisiana. I will put them on the next agenda. I will suggest that you place this in a committee to give them appropriate time. They need about 20 minutes to make their presentation of services they think they can provide to the city of Jackson. I've heard those services. I think it's worthy of the council to spend some time hearing that. So I will place this on the next agenda with the thought that Mr. President, you will put this in the appropriate committee, and City Council, you can just schedule the appropriate hearing from there. Thank you.
And thank you. And our mission and who we are and the benefits to this program, I think you all will like, and it'll benefit the citizens of Jackson. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Mr. Patrick Martin, business burglary.
Good morning. I'm Patrick Martin. I represent Martin's Furniture and Appliances. We have a business off McGravers. We're in business for over 60 years, and I'm here because of all the break-ins we keep having, and we can't get anything done. We've been broke into probably 15 times in the past 6 months. The prior year, probably another 10 times. We've given over videos of people coming in, breaking in. We've given over the tools that they used, trying to get them to come in and get fingerprints off of it, and nothing ever gets done. We were broken into not last night, the night before, and I had the officers come out there, and they had merchandise out in our parking lot that they had taken from our store. And I said they were chrome rims. And I'm like, you could get fingerprints off the merchandise, and they left. They didn't even take anything with them. I mean, I don't know what else to do on it. I mean, it's time and time again. I give them video evidence. And one time they came in and issued checks from our location, and they used whiteout and reissued the checks and put it in their own bank account. And the money went into their bank account. And I've told police this, and they still don't get anything done. And they have, the person's bank account information. And, I just don't know where to go with it. There's been other times where we've, recovered something like a sledgehammer that they use, and we tell the police, and it takes them almost a day and a half to even show up. I just don't know where to go on it. We've been there for 60 years. How many other businesses are like that in Jackson? We've had, our front doors, they pulled a truck up to it with chains and actually ripped the front doors out. To replace that's very expensive. They have a camera like half a block down the street. Now tell the police, y'all probably have a video of the people that are doing it. And they always tell me, we'll check in on it and get back to you. Nothing ever gets done. And that's about all I have to say. I know my brother's here too, and he wanted to talk about it also. But thanks for hearing me.
Mr. Stokes.
Thank you. Mr. President, this is the company that we had on the agenda, and Hometown Barbecue at the Deltamar Shopping Center, that we were trying to say, this company is a win-win for inner city neighborhoods. People come, they're walking distance, they have layaway, things that poor people need. and to allow criminals to run good people out of these neighborhoods is absolutely wrong. We need to run the criminals out of these neighborhoods and keep helping people like Martin. I just hope, and I'm going to see could we meet with U.S. Attorney's Office and everybody else, because the sales tax in this city in the last 20 years has gone down almost 30%. We cannot keep losing businesses. Cities need sales tax. Counties do not receive sales tax. But people like Martin's closing down, it's going to hurt us even more. We're not going to be able to pay firemen, policemen, and others because poor people cannot pay these taxes. What we got to do is run those people that's doing this. The Hometown Barbecue, Mr. President, had a copy, photos of the gentleman doing it on the bicycle. I think from our investigation, someone bought 3 houses in the neighborhood, and one of them is how it normally go, young thief living with grandmama. And as that thief lived with grandmama, they create havoc throughout that neighborhood. And because, as I stated, the zone, we need to go back to the beat system where we can see police officers. Meg Evers need Martins. I'm going to say it again. Meg Evers Boulevard needs Martin, and I know they have for sale sign now. If we don't get these criminals out of these inner city neighborhoods, ain't nothing going to be left. We lost McDonald's on Woodrow Wilson, some fool out there shooting guns. We done lost Kentucky Fried Chicken on Woodrow Wilson. Who take chicken out of the inner city neighborhoods? We lost the drugstores because people going in there stealing. We got to give these businesses a chance to succeed. And I just hope, Mr. Martin, if y'all can meet with Mr. Tables and don't leave the meeting and kind of talk to him, and we can probably get a plan. And as you said, cameras are there, and people know and have an idea who's doing it. We're trying to get a reward offer to make people talk a little more. Once the reward is offered, it's only if that person is caught and convicted. It's not going to be issued no other way. But we hope y'all will reconsider leaving the community, because the community is not part of this stealing and trying to run you out of business. The community supports Martins. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Larry White. Oh, Ms. Clay.
Mr. Martin, we want you to stay in the community, and we hope that crime prevention will be something that works and that we can prevent crimes in the community, and we appreciate you in the community.
All right. Thank you.
Mr. President, I was telling the brother, he's not going to let him speak because he didn't sign up.
Right.
But could I say to Pastor Thurman, this is outstanding preacher, young man. I had a chance to do revival a couple weeks ago. They don't make him like him. His brother played baseball with me many years ago. Think he's a general now. Went somewhere, he's high ranking in the Army. So we just want God to keep blessing him and he keep praying.
Amen.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Sir. Mr. Larry White.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm going to pause for a second because that's what's going on in Jackson. We're talking about Jackson rising. We need to, as these gentlemen just came in and said, it's not just off Medgar Evers, it's throughout the city, especially South Jackson. There's a grocery store that left 8 months ago, and with no return, no intention of returning. They own the building. We got to do something and stop talking, and we need to do something. Again, I don't wish to be on nobody's bad side, nobody's good side. I want something done. There has been a lot of talk over the last 8 months, and nothing has been done. We got to do something. Now, who need to do something? We do, meaning all of us in this room and all of us listening. We need to do something, because if it continue, as Councilman Stokes has stated, we won't have any tax base. We don't have a tax base now that we once did. I've been in this city right at 50 years. I watched several mayors and council commissioners and on and on. But I think you people, and along with the guy over there that's not here, need to get off y'all and get on whoever it needs to be got on. And I'm just saying it from myself, not nobody else asked me to say this. I've been here, I live here, I'm gonna remain here, but it makes no sense as these people have come up. I had a whole different topic, but I can't help but talk about that topic as well. Silence is what we're giving people for they can run wild. Let's not do that, council. The mayor's not here, unfortunately, maybe he'll watch, but he don't need to give silence to this. Nobody's doing nothing about it. We have presently, through my inventory, it's been about 15 businesses that left Jackson over the last 8 to 10 months, 15. Most of them has gone to surrounding areas. Why leave Jackson? We need to make a committee or some type of 3, 4, 5 of you get together and say we're going to focus on making sure whoever's here remain here in Jackson and search out for new businesses to replace those people. Now, again, let's stop being silent. Thank y'all so very much.
All right. Thank you, Mr. White. All right, colleagues, we're going to now move on to consent agenda.
All matters listed on the consent agenda are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately.
So moved. Second.
Been moved and properly second. Any questions or comments about consent agenda? All in favor? 7-0. Thank you. We have no ordinances to introduce. We will move to the regular agenda.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
Peter Taverson, CAO. The administration will pull items 20 and 26.
Thank you, sir. All right, claims.
Order approving claims appearing at pages 286 to inclusive thereon are municipal docket of claims in the amount of $6,082,861.69 for and making appropriation for the payment thereof.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Madam CFO, we can have large claims, please.
Jillian Caldwell, CFO. The 4 largest claims are as follows. Regions Bank, the amount is $1,492,906.26 for the payment of the 2015A General Obligation Bond for May 2026 from Fund 316, the 2015A BGO Refunding Fund. The second largest claim is to Richards Disposal, Inc. of Jackson. The amount is $870,573. The payment is for the February 2026 monthly service fee from Fund 9, Landfill Sanitation Fund. The third largest claim is to MV Contract Transportation, Inc. The amount is $517,046.85 for the payment of the January 2026 fixed route service from Fund 187 Transportation Fund. The fourth largest claim is to MV Contract Transportation, Inc. The amount is $492,898.31 for the payment of the February 2026 fixed route service from Fund 187 Transportation Fund.
All right. Are there any questions about claims?
Yes, I do.
All right, Ms. Brown and then Mr. Stokes.
Thank you. Ms. Cardwell, did you get the paperwork that we asked for yesterday about AT&T?
Yes, those 5 payments are for, 3 of them are for the JPD for their AT&T bill. They're for March, for February 2026. The fourth bill is for Parks and Rec for their March 2026 bill, and the 5th payment is for the JTRAN surveillance cameras for their February 2026 payment. So those individually are 5 monthly payments for those areas.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Ms. Stokes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I had a chance to read the memo from Mr. Taverson, modernization project, and my concern is the budget. My concern is in 90 days, we'll change president's committees and those things. In another 90 days, we will adopt another budget, and that's not a long period of time. My concern is, Mr. Taverson, you spell things out in simplest form, but there's no action plan in terms of how do we take action to make sure that the $10 million, well, rounding off the 10 million, that is not available in the city of Jackson budget, that someday we're gonna think we can pay some bills that money's not gonna be there. How do we change the scenario and do the hard job that we got to do? Your report didn't quite mention the plan to put the money back in the budget. Whether we cut salaries, whether we merge positions, we cannot sit back and have the new budget year coming so close and we still talking about what we're gonna do. 90 days, we change from president of this council and committee members. In another 90 days, we got to have a new budget adopted. We need to be working now because this is a serious issue. The budget of this city is too important that we keep hesitating on what we're going to do. Whether we have a meeting and make suggestions at that meeting and let's vote things up or down, we need to do something quickly, because I don't think under state law we have any other choice but to make sure this city find $10 million or cut to equate to the $10 million that we budgeted that's not there.
Are you going to respond?
I defer to the council members, but I will say this, Councilman Stokes, we have had two very productive budget committee meetings. We are on that path that I think you suggest. There have been requests for additional documents and information by the city council. The CFO has provided that. After the second committee meeting, there was another request for information that we are gathering and should have provided by the end of this week. I think all of your colleagues and certainly the CFO and myself take these concerns every bit as seriously as you do. And I again want to say that was only, I think, week before last when we were having our meetings. We're taking this in appropriate fashion, realizing those deadlines. There will be additional budget committee meetings. I defer to the chair of that committee, but I think she has already said there will be additional budget committee meetings and has stated a timeline for that. And we will, of course, present ways that the city can look at improving its budget status by eliminating services or positions or reformulating services as positions. We're trying to do that in an orderly manner. And again, I think the first two committee meetings have put us down that path in an orderly manner.
Well, my concern, Mr. President, do we have a fund balance yet? And then the second issue is that we paying Richards, the garbage people, on the agenda today, almost $900,000. That's as close to $1 million as you can get. We cannot afford it. It was a sweetheart deal. somewhere down the line, I know we're saying we may have to cut the vision, this and that, but somebody needs to be bringing them to the table. We can't afford this, either renegotiate, or we're gonna put it back out for bids. You know, these are things we got to do quickly. I don't have a problem with meetings after meeting, but we need some decisions made. We don't need a whole lot more talk. We need some decisions because the state watching and everybody watching us. We need to make those decisions early because whoever laid off or whatever you have to do, they're going to start blaming the city. The earlier you do this, the more people will adjust to what's going on. We got to make sure that we save Jackson first. Thank you.
Let's do Mr. Foote and then Ms. Clay.
Thank you, Mr. President. I've got a question for Ms. Caldwell, and that is on the line item. It's about 10 items down here. It says, hail damage, March 2013, $45,500. That was a storm that was 13 years ago. And I don't know where this money is coming in or going out, but struck my curiosity as here we got a storm that happened 13 years ago. I know there was a big insurance squabble over, with I think Zurich Insurance. Can you tell me is this like a final payment on something, or have we got more stuff either coming in or going out regarding that storm from 13 years ago?
Yes, Jillian Caldwell, CFO, these are payments going out of that fund where we were making payments on invoices. I can check to see what those invoices are and let you know.
So this is money we got from the insurance company, and we are making payments. Who in the world are we making payments to? If you could get some follow-up information on that, I would appreciate it. Thanks so much.
All right, Ms. Clay.
Mrs. Stokes, thank you for your interest, and we appreciate your interest, and we would love to have you come to a committee meeting and help us.
I'm not on that committee.
You can be on that committee,
No,
but if you're not on that
bring it to
committee,
the full council.
we're going to bring it to the full
Bring it
council
to
in
the
May.
council.
But we thank you, and we appreciate you, and we want the city to know that we are working hard to balance the budget, and we're going to do what's necessary, and we know the timeline, and we will follow that timeline appropriately, and we will not be rushed to make a decision.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
state law rush us. It's not that we are saying we rushing. These decisions should have been made in the beginning. We cannot have a budget that's $10 million off center. I know this administration was not here, and I understand that, but they're here now. These council members are going to be held liable, one way or the other. And I'm saying, Mr. Tableson, we have a roadmap. You gave us a roadmap, but we cannot keep pussyfooting around with this issue when we need to make some hard decisions and bring this city back in line. And we shouldn't just come in line at that level. We should have I believe, we should have enough money that we can make sure that anything major come up, and I'm not saying a reserve, but we need to make sure that we can get proper funding for police, for public works. Right-of-ways in this city look a mess because they have no money. We cannot continue to have money going on friendships in the city of Jackson looking like we flush down a toilet, but we can go right there into Madison, Rankin County. They look like something special. We're the capital city. Capital city is not in Rankin or Madison County. It's Jackson. And we need to look like the capital city and start presenting ourselves like we the capital city. Thank you.
Any more questions or comments about claims? Hearing none, all in favor of claims? Opposed? Abstain? 601. Thank you. Payroll?
Order approving gross payroll, including payroll deduction claims number 33918, and make an appropriation for the payment thereof.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Any questions or comments about payroll? Hearing none, all in favor? 6-0-1, all right. 9,
Order confirming the appointment of Onetta Whitley to the City of Jackson Civil Service Commission.
No.
so moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. I'm going to tell her what you said. And colleagues, this is, I think it's a reappointment. Do we need to make a change?
I don't think legally it matters whether it says appointment or reappointment. She is a reappointment. She was appointed to a previous term. Her term has expired. She has expressed a desire to remain on the commission, and the reconfigured commission that you approved in the fall has been functioning well. And so the administration would recommend keeping her and allowing them to continue the good work that they have been doing.
Thank you. I agree. Any more questions or comments about this?
Comment, Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Mr. President, this is Coach Stallings' daughter. Good person. I was just joking.
I'm still going to tell her.
Netta is, to me, I wanted to marry a long, long time ago if I didn't have a wife. But she's good people. She's knowledgeable. She's going to do the right thing. And her whole family are good people. And so I was just joking on Netta. You know I vote for you. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Thank you. Any more questions or comments? Mr. Hartley?
Yeah, just one comment. That is, thanks so very, very much for your service. Civil Services Commission is a backbone of our personnel. It's that stopgap, and we appreciate all the efforts that the administration has done to revamp that and bring it back to life, where it's a very useful tool. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more questions or comments about item 9? Hearing none, all in favor? 7, thank you. Item 10.
Order ratifying and accepting a monetary donation in the amount of $1,500 from Charles McClellan to the Department of Constituent Services and Communications.
So moved.
Second.
All right. Any questions or comments about this?
Is this the dad or the son? Dad or the son, Mr. Davis?
Chief of Staff has her name on this item, so.
Chief of Staff, the dad or the son? They both good. It's all right.
Oh, Nick Lott.
It's all right. Thank you. They good.
Any more questions about this item?
Just thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is this a ratification?
City Attorney Drew Martin, it is a ratification because they've already given us the money. But we need to formally, legally accept it.
Sure. Okay. All right. Thank you. Any more questions or comments? All in favor? Thank you. Thank you. Item 11.
Order authorizing the mayor to execute the Fourth Amendment to the antenna site license agreement with Altair Corporation doing business as Verizon Wireless to amend the equipment located at Tower Site 18, Fire Station 11, 3682, Terry Road, to extend the term and to modify the license's notice address.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Any questions or comments about item 11? Hearing none, all in favor? Item 12.
Order authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with the Boys Baseball Association for the use of city-owned baseball fields located in Grove Park.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Any questions or comments about item 12?
Question.
Yes, sir.
And I asked Mr. Junior on our side, Mr. President, are we playing baseball again at Grove Park with the BBA?
I think we will. The work, I saw some drawings, some playing with some color schemes. I think we're going to start with 3 of the 5, getting those redone. The lights, the pool. I think they'll put new basketball goals up. But hopefully by June, July, we'll be back up and running over there again.
Are we going to have the BBA back? I guess they got a sign out front, Boys Baseball Association. It saved a lot of children. I'm one of the kids that saved.
Right.
And, they moved something and it went to Smith Wheels. Are we going to have baseball back at,
Pamela
Mr.
Jr.
Cheatham normally would be here saying something. And the other time he would be here.
Pamela Jr., Department of Human and Cultural Services. As far as the athletic department is concerned, they are working with Mr. Cheatham and Dr. Lackey in regards to scheduling. So from the scheduling I'm getting is that they will be playing. But
thank
I
you.
will make sure of that for you and get back with you.
Thank you so much, because it helps a lot of the city kids during the summer months stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
Baseball and, and some kind of organized sport is how you keep a bad kid from getting with the wrong folks.
Well, the other day, we had the Legacy League that we went out to Hall of Fame, and that was one thing that they talked about, those Hall of Famers, is that we need to have recreation leagues for our children because that's how they all started.
Could we call Coach Brad also and try to let him know what we're doing, because he came a couple of years ago and said we need to do something.
Coach Brady was actually at that event.
Yes, he was.
So he's on board.
Okay, so is he going to work with this robot BBA?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but we'll find out about that.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Any more questions or comments about item 12? Hearing none, all in favor? 7-0, thank you. Item 13.
Order authorizing the award of matching grants to organizations for the purpose of supporting the development of the arts or supporting social and community services programs, and authorizing the mayor to execute a memorandum of understanding with each organization receiving an award.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Questions or comments about item 13? Mr. Parkinson?
Thank you. Pursuant to our conversation yesterday at work session, I move that we amend to increase the maximum grant amount by up to an additional $1,000 per organization, subject to the same dollar-for-dollar matching requirement.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Any questions or comments about this amendment? Ms. Clay?
I am against that because if the city is in such a tight budget crunch, why are we going to increase? We should be grateful that we saved money and awarded less money. And this money that we have is strictly on paper. This is not necessarily real money. If we're cutting because we don't have money, we need to reserve and keep all the money we can.
Mr. President?
Let's go back to Mr. Parkinson and then Mr. Stokes.
I certainly appreciate that to my colleague. And, initially, we fought to make sure that there was $200,000 included for this particular line item. With the grants that were awarded, only $50,000 were awarded. So even if we add an additional $21,000, we're still well under the budgeted item. I certainly respect the crunch that we're in. These organizations each serve at least 350 people across the city. I think they do great work. They work really hard. Frankly, the grant application was ridiculously cumbersome, and they went through all of those hoops and did all of those things. I want to be conscious of the budget, which is why I didn't propose doubling the amount, but I think an additional $1,000 for each of these is fair and appropriate.
Mr. Stokes?
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Tabison, fund balance, that's why I asked about fund balance. And I know we have someone that brought us out of the woods, so to speak. This is something that your administration shouldn't not have to deal with. But if we got a fund balance, then we can meet both of these council members' wish lists, because Councilmember Clay is right. If we got a budget issue, how we giving money? Councilman Parkinson saying that we're respecting the budget, but these organizations need help. Do we have a fund balance yet? And if so?
Peter Tabison, CAO. Without replowing a lot of ground, we plowed in some budget committee meetings. I'm not sure how you're using the term fund balance. Did we carry over funds from last year? It does not appear to that we have done so. Are we currently within budget of revenues that we're receiving? That answer is yes. So we have funds in the bank. and we are receiving revenues at an anticipated rate, and our spending is within the received revenues. Now, what you're asking is there some fund balance after that?
Prior budgets, money that we haven't spent.
That's
in
all
prior
been spent.
budget.
I think I said
All
that.
prior budgets gone.
I think I made a comment to you when this council was adopting the budget, that unlike my previous time at the city, it did not appear to me last September that there was actually fund balance. Now that we have had an audit complete and have financial experts look at our numbers, it does not appear that we have been carrying forward a fund balance. And to the extent that we carried anything forward, there was a deficit that ate our fund balance. However, for the public, I want the public to understand that doesn't mean we don't have money in the bank, and it doesn't mean we can't pay our bills.
Ms. Clay?
The budget looks good on paper, but we have to realize that a budget is a budget. And if we don't have the money to fund that budget, the budget means nothing. So having $200,000 on that line, it doesn't mean anything. And based on what we're saying, we have no money. So we should not be extending any money, not even $1 for anything at this point. When we're talking about layoffs, you'd rather give somebody $1,000 to do a project that affects 300 people rather than feed somebody who has kids at home. That doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
Mr. President?
Ms. Stokes?
Ms. Caldwell, how many unfilled positions do we currently have?
I don't have the exact amount of positions that are unfilled, but they total close to $8 million.
Have we allocated that yet?
No. We have paused hiring.
Could we, members of this body, hold this item at least to the next meeting? Because the issue that Councilmember Clay is bringing up is legitimate in terms of if we're going to lay off people and those things, and they're going to say, how can you give these groups money, but you're taking my job and my livelihood to feed my children? And if we have unfilled positions that was budgeted, and we almost, over half of this budget year, if it's not money that's already, Mr. President, being looked at to offset other holes, then maybe we can find a win-win in that. If members of this body don't have a problem holding this item to the next meeting.
All right. Again, what we have on the floor now is the amendment. And so Mr. Parkinson made the amendment, and I think Mr. Hartley seconded the amendment. So we need to dispose of that motion first. Now, they can take back, they can rescind the motion and the second, or we could figure out what's what. Mr. Hartley?
Yes, Ms. Caldwell or Mr. Parkinson, how much exactly are we talking in addition here?
Up to $21,000.
Okay, and I'm hearing that from Ms. Caldwell, we have approximately 8 million in unfilled positions. So this amount is like a half a position that's not being filled. And I understand the dilemma we're in, but we don't want to send a message out there that we are ignoring our social and human cultural responsibilities either in development as a city for a half a position that's not being filled. So I will support that amendment.
All right. Anything else? Ms. Clay?
What is the average salary of a city employee in Jackson?
Jillian Caldwell, CFO. I do not have the average salary.
Is it $42,000 a year?
I can check.
Okay, we live in a city that's 25% with a poverty rate. poverty in the state of Mississippi, and the average salary in the city of Jackson, you're telling me $42,000, people will be standing in line to take jobs in the city. You have employees in court service that I know that don't make $42,000 in other departments. But we can vote on this. I have no problems giving these people $21,000, but I just want us to make sure we understand what we're saying when we are saying it's half a position. There are a lot of positions in the city of Jackson that don't pay $42,000 a year.
Mr. President, I call the question.
All right. We need to vote on calling the question, don't we?
No.
Yeah, we do. We typically do have, right, Ms. Parkinson?
Well, then let's just move on with the regular process.
Okay, we can move on.
And I withdraw that call to question.
All right, thank you. So we have the motion and a second on the floor to amend this item. All in favor of the amendment? Opposed? All right. So now we have the item on the floor as amended.
Did you vote?
I did. Any questions or comments about the item as amended?
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
I move that we hold this item to the next council meeting to give finance, the administration, and everyone an opportunity to look at this item, to really understand that the backlash is going to be, awful. Even though we all want the same thing. Ms. Clay's point has got to be considered. To hold this 2 weeks and let the mayor's office and everybody come together, we can create a win-win. We don't have to have a win-loss on this. Everybody wants to help them. Everybody has the same goals. Let's allow the mayor's office, CEO, and finance to find what you're trying to do. Because once people start losing jobs, it's going to be people upset. And they are pointing at any little thing to show that spirit that they're upset. Even though this is not bad, it's not a lot of money, let's let the leadership find what we need. And 2 weeks is not a long period of time. Thank you.
Mr. Harley.
Yes, I just wanted to ask Ms. Caldwell this question. If we approve the $21,000 for here, for this particular item, would anyone lose their job? Or would we take it out of an unfilled position where no one even have a job?
So Jillian Caldwell, CFO, the bigger picture is that we're currently trying to balance the budget. And we provided to you in a previous finance committee meeting where we were able to save $10 million, approximately $10 million, and we still have $13 million to find. So any adjustments that are made now is increasing the $13 million that you will need to find to balance the budget.
Okay, there are 21 items. We're talking 21 different organizations that will be getting an extra $1,000, such as Jackson Medical Mall Foundation, such as Global Gateway, Kinetic Etching, Mississippi Opera Association, South Jackson Neighborhoods, the annual Doggone Additional Festival, Jackson Music Awards, Happy House, St. Patty's Day Parade, and others. There's 21 of those folks. Okay, all right, thank you.
All right. Mr. Parkinson. And colleagues, we have 2 proclamations, so I would like to move on.
Thank you. The item that we are taking up today is a cost savings of $128,000 because we...
Hold on. Let me just say this. Mr. Stoltz's motion died for lack of a second.
We allocated $200,000 for this. even as amended, this program is going to cost $71,500. That's a cost savings of over $125,000. It is less than half of the money that we all fought for to put in the budget in the first place.
Mr. Parkinson, I respect you 110%. I understand what you're saying with numbers. Mr. Stevenson said the math was bad when he said about the loss on the budget, okay? The math is not bad. The same thing is going on right here. If we don't have the money and we're cutting the money, it doesn't matter what you have on paper with our budget. So let's vote for it and let's figure out how to pay for it. But at the same time, I'm telling you what I think and what people think in terms of losing a job to give somebody $1,000 for a social activity. It is fine with Tina Clay to vote no and you vote yes, okay? That is not a problem. That is paper money. That is not real money in the bank. There's a difference in having money and allocation and funds, okay? When we made a budget, we knew we had X number of dollars, okay? And we went through and said the budget was flat, etc. So we can vote all day long on whatever we want to pay. The bottom line comes down to we're still short of money no matter where you take it from. So that is my point. I am happy you saved that money. That's going toward that $10 million you got to find. So let's vote, let's pay the money and figure it out at a later date. Because, and to let you know, 6 months has passed into this year. We have asked for all the money that has been collected and all the money that has been spent. We will see those actual numbers this week when they present it. Next week, we will have a meeting about the budget, and we will see where we are. We will look at our fixed expenses. We will look at what money is coming in. We will look at everything. This budget idea does have a deficit, okay? But when we made the budget, we were told we were making a flat budget at that time. And we knew what the revenue was, and we still budgeted accordingly. So we will take responsibility to balance the budget, and we will do it hopefully without cutting employees. And we want the city to function. But we have to understand amenities are things that are luxury. And if you don't have any money, you can't have amenities.
Is part of this deficit still what Jackson Water owes the city?
I would say no. What Jackson Water owes the city would apply towards our sanitation fees that they have now started paying. So obviously, if we had a one-time injection of money from Jackson Water, that would help with our current budget situation on paper. But that money would, if we were paid that money from Jackson Water, would go into the sanitation fund. And the payments we have received this year from Jackson Water have gone into the sanitation fund.
Okay. All right. Colleagues, I'm going to go ahead and call for the vote on this item as amended.
Mr. President, could you have the clerk's office to read the item as amended, what it equal to?
Clerk?
The item that I have to amend says Kevin Parkinson move to amend to increase the maximum grant amount by up to an additional $1,000 per organization, subject to the same dollar-for-dollar matching requirement, which equals up to $21,000.
Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
and I know we're trying to move the agenda on, we got JSU out in the hallway. If we could get the CEO and finance to say that they will look at this item and bring us a recommendation back at the next meeting, could we still hold this to the next meeting?
I don't have an issue with that, but we got to properly dispose of this item as it is on the floor. And if a council person does not rescind their motion or their second, then we just got to take it to a vote. Mr. Hartley?
Yes, I'll be willing to rescind mine if we can get that question answered by the administration, that this will be looked at in a serious light for the administration to see if they can find $21,000 to make sure these folks, some of them are historic events, things celebrated in our community for years, to see if we can't somehow find a way around this. If the administration would reply, I appreciate it.
Peter Taylorson, CAO. I'm not sure what the council wants. We can't find money that does not exist. So let me be very stark about that. Would you like us to come back and specifically tell us if you take it from X, you can do this, or take it from Y, you can do this? We can certainly identify a budget line from where to take $21,000. It doesn't change what the CFO said, though, is the ultimate calculus that has to occur. If you spend $21,000 more here, that's fine. There's $21,000 somewhere else you have to cut.
What do you mean take 21,000?
You don't even have to find it.
Hold on. $200,000.
Hold on.
Now it's 100 and you're finding negative $128,000.
Let's not talk at each other, please. Ms. Brown.
Okay, I understand what Ms. Clay is saying, but I will say this. Some of us up here don't have the issue that my ward and other wards have. These groups does a lot. They give to the kids and they help my community. So what I'm saying is, I understand what you're saying, but you say a mother without kids. These groups help mothers that need help with their kids.
All right.
Last comment I'm going to say, I agree that these groups help mothers with kids. If the city has so many people that are willing to do so much, maybe at some point, people in the city will donate and do that extra $21,000. But let's vote and get it over. It's $200,000 on the line. It does not matter. I'm not against any organization. I think the people in this room probably could take up a collection and give you $21,000 and be done with it, okay?
All right, so we still have a motion and a second on the floor for this item as amended.
I think we were asking, let me clarify what I asked Mr. Davis.
Okay.
Mr. Davis.
Yes, sir.
What we're asking is that even though Councilman Parkinson talking about the $200,000, I'm asking for the unfilled positions that was budgeted in the beginning of this budget year. And I think the finance young lady said, how much do we have? $8 million. It's that $8 million targeted on this money that we're trying to find. Yes or no?
Jillian Caldwell, CFO, yes, we have included the $8 million as part of our ultimate $23 million that we need to find, but that also means eliminating positions that could be critical to the city's operating.
Mr. President, who offered the original motion and second on the original item?
You and Hartley, I think.
I withdraw my...
I would withdraw my second as well.
I also withdraw mine.
All right, this item is tabled until the next council meeting. Item 14.
Order amending the fiscal year 2026 budget of the Department of Human and Cultural Services to provide additional funds for senior transportation services.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? 7-0. Thank you. 15.
Order accepting the proposal of Gen Fair LLC and authorizing the mayor to execute the terms and conditions agreement and subscription and services agreement to provide an automated fare collection system.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Thank you. 16.
Order ratifying and authorizing acceptance of the renewal proposal and related documents with Fuse.Cloud to provide equipment, voice over internet protocol, and internet services for the transportation system, J-Tran.
So moved.
Second. It's been moved and properly second. Questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? All right. 17.
Order authorizing the transfer of funds CDBG-CV program funds to an appropriate account for the purpose of facilitating maintenance, repair, and replacement of HVAC systems at multiple fire stations.
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and properly seconded. Any questions or comments?
Question.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Tavis, the Meg Evans Library, I thought we had the air-conditioned heating units replaced, and they said that the work has not been done.
Item 22, we'll discuss that at that time. They're
Thank you.
related.
Okay, thank you.
All right, all in favor of item 17? Thank you. 18?
Order authorizing the mayor to execute the UKG Cronus Systems LCC's renewal order form for the Jackson Fire Department's yearly use of the Ultimate Cronus Group UKG Workforce Telestaff Solution.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Any questions or comments about item 18? All in favor? 6-0. Thank you. 19.
Order accepting the quote and authorizing the mayor to execute a catering agreement with Low and Slow Barbecue and Catering LLC to provide catering services for the Jackson Police Department Training Academy during 12 weeks of training, April 29, 2026 through July 17, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Questions or comments?
Question.
Yes, sir.
I think the lowest and best bid was Lily's.
Chief is coming up. Chief, we know you're new. It's probably best to sit
on the end.
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was going to get boxed in right from the beginning, so I do apologize. Rochelle Brackney, Chief of Police. The items and the bids that had gone out, Councilman Stokes, obviously was before my arrival. So this is the one that they put in that apparently may have actually been the lowest bid after they did some reconfiguration, and the numbers may have changed by the number of personnel that they were now going to feed. So we are now up to 23, I think, that will be going to the academy that they will have to supply food for. And for your our procedures going forward is that we are also going to start requesting bids from contracts that are in place. How might we work with JSU or Jackson Public School Systems, who already have large catering and are used to catering on a daily basis, that we might be able to ride on their contracts, and these could come down significantly lower.
That is smart.
So when I say the lowest and best, even though numbers might say that one is 45,000, the other one is 49, but it's best because Lily's is a restaurant in Jackson versus Low and Slow, which is in Rankin County in Pearl. We got to start keeping money in Jackson.
Yes, sir, I am in complete agreement, which is why I have suggested that we do not do things that are outside the city limits. Again, you have to apologize that as this is day number 5 on the job, I am still I just don't have that information as to why they chose that, unless the criteria is strictly cash. You're right, the return on the investment, the $5,000 difference, when you're putting those tax dollars back in here, keeping people employed, all makes perfectly good sense to me, sir.
Thank you.
Is it possible to table this item since the numbers changed? So the math is going to change?
Chief, when does...
Well, the academy class starts, I believe it's April 25th or 6th. So in about 2 or so weeks, there will be recruits in there, not only from Jackson, but also from Hinds County Sheriff's Office, as well as other agencies who send their recruits to us. And then we use that money from the state as reimbursement also. Now, the state will reimburse us portions of that as well for each of the students that we have here.
We have a meeting before they start. In the first week, maybe we could do something different and contract the rest of the weeks.
Who awarded this bid? Who did the RFP for this?
It would have been from the police department. It was not from the CAO's office. So it would have had to have come from the department.
Legal? You might need to sit over here, too.
At least have a microphone.
Drew Martin, City Attorney, let me weigh in on two things here. The department did request the bids. It is certainly possible in the future to do the bids differently and to stress Jackson businesses. But at this point, we do have a lowest bid. We're required to take that lowest bid. If we rebid it out, I think that the timing will probably not work. I don't see how we could get it. I don't think the city could put the bid back out and award it before April 29th.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Number one, I think we have a law that by Jackson, I think we passed that law many years ago. But secondly, the council can always amend this order and accept the next lowest bid as the lowest and best. We can't say by Jackson, pass a law for by Jackson, and then we buy Rankin County. You know, that's backwards. You know, we need to make sure, we talking about saving businesses in Jackson, we got to buy Jackson, spend tax money in Jackson with Jackson businesses. We cannot allow outside businesses to reap the benefit of Jackson taxpayers paying this money, hard-fought money, and then it's just not right. Makes no sense to me.
I happen to agree with that, and we all know that Jackson has the best eateries in the state of Mississippi. Even those come from Madison County, they come to Jackson to dine. And so, Chief?
Yes, sir. If I can offer a solution, I've just been talking with the city attorney. We are not required to do RFPs. We are only required to do quotes. And in my opinion, and again, if the city is willing to work with us, the city attorneys are willing to work with us, getting a quote is a lot easier than getting an RFP. And therefore, there would be opportunities to go ahead and allow citizens from internally in Jackson to turn that around. The option would be, or the guarantee I would need from the city is that we put the support behind that. Because if you can get a contract that literally saves you $15,000 because there are already contracts in place and people who do this work on a daily basis, you lose transportation fees where people often have to transport stuff in because we don't have the facilities. That would mean bringing it in all the time, which may also, with these current gas prices, it really just starts to eat into things. Right. I don't know your procedures yet or whether you're willing to just hold it, but I would defer to the CAO and the city attorney if they believe that we can get this done. I don't think this hurts us in any way if it's quote versus RFP.
I think the desire of the council is to always do Jackson first. Always. I know that's
That
not
was
you.
my actually
And
point to them when I saw this.
And that's why I asked who actually coordinated this whole thing and landed on a Rankin County restaurant.
That's a good question. I don't know the answer. I do think that it's been opened up widely in the past. I don't know the reasons for that. What I just told the chief is if she wants to, if she thinks the department can get this done in time, we can certainly reject the quotes that we have, solicit new quotes and make a new decision. That's a departmental decision ultimately, but legally we can certainly reject the quotes and solicit new ones.
All right. What's the
procedure?
Well, I know the procedure, but y'all wearing me out today. What's the pleasure of the council? Because I believe Lilly should have won this hands down, but because they are the best. Mr. Hartley.
I think the pleasure of at least Ward 5 is that we have the best cooks in the world. And that police academy is within Ward 5. So let's look for someone in Jackson. Is there anybody even cooking up in Rankin County or wherever? Okay.
It's not seasoned, but I know they're going to get me on social media for that. Mr. Parkinson.
I appreciate that, and I think it's a great suggestion. I appreciate the chief and the attorney willing to work to make this happen. I'll also say So I'm cool going with the group. We'll project this, we'll move forward. But at the same time, we promised the new chief that we would support her in every new way. If she has to fight this hard for barbecue, she's going to have much, much, much more difficult decisions that we need to make.
Well, it's better barbecue in Jackson.
Well, but we went through the.
Sir, did we get to do taste testing at Lily's?
I go with you.
They actually cater our tailgates. We'll talk about that later.
Yes.
But we're going to go ahead and vote this up or down and figure it out. All in favor of this item? All opposed? All right, thank you. This item fails. Thanks, Chief. What number we on?
21.
Huh?
21.
21. Okay, so item 19 failed, correct?
Right.
Item 21, item 20 was pulled by the administration. Item 21.
Order ratifying emergency procurement of repairs to 4 elevators at Jackson Police Department Administration Building.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. Questions or comments? I know we talked about this at length yesterday in work session. All in favor? 7-0. Thank you. Item 22.
Order authorizing settlement of a claim by Johnson Controls, Inc. against the City of Jackson seeking payment for a chiller installed at City Hall.
Second.
Been moved and properly second. We talked about this at length in executive session yesterday. Any questions or comments about this item? Do we need to go back into executive session today?
No.
I thought so. All right. All in favor of this item? Opposed? All right, thank you.
Mr. President?
Yes, sir.
May I briefly address Councilman Stokes? I asked him to hold his comment until 22. Councilman Stokes, with this item now resolved, Johnson Controls will begin work on the Medgar Evers chiller, and that work should be completed in relatively short order.
Did they have the equipment there? Someone moved it?
They were the lowest and best, but as we expected them to perform their contract, we learned that this item had been outstanding from the previous administration, and they sought to get paid on this item before they did new work for the city. So now we've paid them, and now they're ready to begin work at the Medgar Evers Library.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I won the chess tournament.
You did?
Yes, at the library.
I didn't see you playing.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a bunch of kids in the picture.
Now, that was the...
You beat the kids?
No, that was...
There's him.
The small fry.
No.
I played the big boy.
I heard that.
Grown folk.
I heard that. All right. Any more questions or comments about this item? Hearing none, all in favor?
Wait a minute,
You just voted.
We did vote? We did
Yeah,
vote.
we're going to
Mr.
20.
Taylor.
No, me.
All right. Item 23. Sorry. I apologize, y'all.
Order accepting the bids of Mississippi Yard Barber LLC, Rotolo Consultants, Inc., and True Line Fence and Property LLC for the city right-of-way maintenance service for a 12-month term with the option to extend for an additional 12 months. Bid number 96866-032426, and accepting alternate bids for each bid item.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Questions or comments? Mr. Hartley?
Yes, is there anyone that can speak to this item?
Ms. Weathers? Okay, Mr. Anderson? Come on.
And I apologize to the council. I was traveling in traveling mode yesterday. I didn't get to hear. Lost my signal. Didn't get to hear the response to this item. And I'm sure there's a lot of folks out there want to know about the right-of-way cutting. So please.
Lorenzo Anderson, Public Works Director. I will introduce Ms. Lakeisha Weathers, the Silo Waste Manager, but legal, CAO, administration, Public Works did a great job in putting this proposal together to take care of the major right-of-way. And with the contract as alternates, so I think we are covered as far as the major thoroughfares, and I'd like to let Ms. Lakeisha Weathers give you more detail.
Thank you.
Lakeisha Weathers, Solid Waste. I can address any direct questions you may have about what we've done.
Yeah, just major thoroughfares. How's this program going to be implemented? When does it start? What are some of the specifications in their contract?
So this will start upon council approval once they receive their notice to proceed. Specifications, we're asking that they cut 25 feet from the right-of-way off the road. In most areas, some areas may require more cutting than that. We will address it as need arises. The areas, I sent you all the list of the streets that we consider the major thoroughfares in the city of Jackson. I did send that to all the council members for review. If you do note any areas within your wards that we did not cover, please send that to us so we can add it and get it on the contractor's list prior to the start of the contract, so we can have that addressed. And I heard you specifically say major thoroughfares. Yes, this contract does address the major thoroughfares. We do have an internal meeting to discuss internal community cutting needs.
Okay, and go ahead. I have another question. Okay. At one time, they were talking of making, one of the issues has been litter being cut up. That is addressed in this contract as well?
The contractors are expected to pick up litter prior to each cut. Additionally, go back and address any cut up material after the cut. So we're expecting pickup before and after each cut.
Okay, and one final question, oversight over this contract.
We do have a direct project manager assigned to this contract. Additionally, he will be working with Mr. James Caldwell to ensure that the terms of the contract are adhered to.
Okay, very well, thank you.
All right. Any more questions or comments? Hearing none, all.
Question, Mr. President.
Okay.
I'm looking for Ward 3. Who has that contract?
Ward 3 was Mississippi Yard Barber, if I'm not mistaken. True Line Fence and Property.
Okay. And what's included?
When you say what, do you mean the areas or?
Yes.
There is a specific street list that was sent to your office for review. If you find that there are areas that we left off of that list, please let us know so we can add it.
Okay. What's included?
As in the streets,
Yes.
I cannot call those streets out off the top of my head, sir.
You have any of them? Because I don't.
Mr. Anderson has that list pulled up right now.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Stokes, I encourage you to get with them directly and make sure all your streets are on that list.
I never did get the list, Mr. President. That's why I asked what's included. It looked like they would.
Ward 3 is Bailey Avenue, Fortification Street, Manhattan, Martin Luther King Drive, Mays, Medgar Evers, North Side, Outer Circle, Ridgeway, and Woodrow Wilson.
Mr. Anderson, can you give me Ward 2 while you're reading? Thank you.
Like Miss, okay, yes, ma'am. Oh, you want to read it out? Okay. And Ms. Weathers was correct. She emailed this, but Beasley Road, Cedars, Lebanon, Clinton Boulevard, County Line Road, Cynthia Road, Flag Chapel, Forest Avenue, Hanging Moss, Highland Drive, Highway 49, John Hopkins, Livingston Road, Magnolia, Meadow Lane, Methodist Home Road, Tougaloo Sign Area, and Watkins Drive.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and call for the vote. All in favor of item 23? 7-0, thank you. 24?
Order authorizing payment of full and final settlement of all claims in the matter of Michael Votes versus City of Jackson, Mississippi, in the United States District Court for the Southern District of Mississippi Civil Action Number 324-CV-650.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Questions or comments?
Question without getting into the deep facts.
Hold it up, Jackson State. Go ahead.
I'm for them Tigers. This is discrimination?
It was, yes, sir. Alleged discrimination.
Which division, which?
It was in Parks and Rec.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
All right. All in favor? 7-0, thank you. 25?
Order ratifying and improving a contract between the City of Jackson and Jam One Minor.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Questions or comments? All in favor?
Abstain, Mr. President.
Opposed?
Abstain.
You got it, 601. Thank you. 26 was pulled by the administration. 27.
Order authorizing the city attorney to file an appeal of the federal court decision approving a 12% water rate increase for Jackson Water customers.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Mr. City Attorney, come and apprise us, please.
City Attorney Drew Martin, this was an item that first came up from the council 2 meetings ago, I believe. There was significant discussion about the matter. Our office provided a memo to the council subsequent to that. It came up at the last meeting and was motioned but died for lack of a second. The deadline for the appeal, which was in the previous discussions, has since passed. There's not an appeal that we could take at this point.
All right.
Mr. President?
Yes, sir.
Did not die by a vote, died by lack of a second. It must die by a vote. Someone had to vote it down, then you can't bring it back. Now, I got this memo, and it just seemed as though there's no concern about poor people and older people in this city going without water. I think that is sinful. That in this memo, we try to make it seem as though the federal judge is going to get mad and that he's not a professional. The federal judge went and graduated from Brinkley, lived in Vernon Addition. He understands people need water. If this legal department can't handle the job, then we need to get some other lawyers. But these citizens, they deserve to have someone fighting for them to have water in this city. It's a scam. How in the world people having a $100,000 water bill? Can't do it. The mathematics do not add up. We got to fight to make sure there's no increase of 12% on these water bills. They already can't pay these bills. And if you add more money to it, they surely cannot pay it. You have most citizens in this city without water. They have had water all their lives. Now Jackson Water, who won't be here or be gone, is going to do anything they can to prevent people from having a necessity. You don't need lights, you don't need gas, but you need water to live. How can your child go to school with another child who has no water in his home, can't bathe? This city needs to take the leadership role. Let's appeal this to the Fifth Circuit. And I know that the Fifth Circuit will support citizens in Jackson having water. And if they do not, as you see in your memo, then it's time for the city of Jackson to go to the United States Supreme Court. We have those rights. To appeal this decision that's not illegal is fighting for the citizens. They pay taxes. They deserve water. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Foote.
Thank you, Mr. President. Councilman Stokes answered one of my questions, which was, where does the appeal go to, since it's the federal judge that's running the water system right now, or overseeing the water system? And so it goes to the Fifth Circuit. I don't know that the city's prepared to go appeal this. And what would outside attorneys cost to appeal this to the Fifth Circuit?
Let me say two things on that. First of all, this office and myself personally did not refuse to appeal this matter. If we are directed to by the governing authorities, in fact, we made it very clear we stand ready and capable to do that. We are arguing cases before the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals currently, and we will continue to do so on behalf of the city. To your second question, as to what it would cost, if you started today and ran through it and you had a reputable law firm, if you came in under $40,000 to $50,000, we'd be doing great. I suspect it would be significantly more.
Thank you.
Mr. President,
Ms. Stokes?
thank you. The Office of the City Attorney has reviewed.
Councilman, I hate to interrupt, but I do want to say, I would strongly discourage any of the clients, being the governing authorities, from waiving their attorney-client privilege on any issue. If we want to discuss the legal merits of my advice, then we should go into executive session, as we have done twice on this already, I believe, and I'm happy to provide. I can continue to explain. There are pros and cons, and that you're right, we have a legal right to appeal, but the governing authorities did not direct us to do so.
Well, you gave us a memo, and I'm just reading part of it. It said, for the following reasons, an appeal is not recommended. Now you're trying to say, well, we don't mind filing a lawsuit. You said it's not recommended, and that will confuse some of these council members, because it's winnable. It's winnable. Citizens in the United States of America deserve to have water. So why can't we have water in Jackson, Mississippi? If you're poor or old, those are the people who are not receiving water in Jackson. Today they without water. When they cut the water off, it's off from now on, forever. And you don't think we're supposed to fight for these citizens? That's why we down here.
Ms. Clay?
So you said the cost would be between 40 and 50?
If we hired outside counsel, I suspect that it would be a minimum of that, yes. It would not cost this office any money to do it other than filing fees, which would be a few $100s.
So 40 to 50 or your office, and will affect the whole population in the city of Jackson.
I'm not sure I understood the question.
If we file an appeal, everybody that drink water in the city of Jackson that pays for water, we will affect them no matter what. If we win, they'll decrease their bill by 12% or whatever the decision is.
Conceivably. So again, if we want to get into the two things. One, I need to remind you again that the deadline for filing the appeal has passed.
Yeah, but didn't you say we could file something in addition? Didn't Mr. Stokes just say that?
No. What I was saying is the appeal that was being discussed, that had been discussed previously, and we provided you the deadline for when we had to do it. At the first meeting that we discussed it, we said we still got time for one more meeting. We had that meeting, and that's when the vote was taken. Excuse me, the vote was not taken, the motion was raised, and there was no second. So that deadline for an appeal is passed. But to answer your question, yes, if an appeal were successful before the Fifth Circuit, there are multiple different options that the Fifth Circuit could take in our favor. If they did that, the most likely result, I believe, if they ruled in our favor, would be to send it back to the district court for Judge Wingate to do additional fact findings to decide whether his opinion was correct or not. They could just reverse his opinion and say no rate increase is permitted here. There's probably some other options they'd have available too, but those would be two of their options.
So my question is, can we do something at this point? Even though the deadline has passed, what can we do?
We can do a lot. We just can't appeal that rate increase.
I understand we can't appeal. I'm saying, what can we do? And I'm not raising my voice. I'm not upset.
No, I don't think
I'm
you
just
are.
saying, I understand point blank, we cannot appeal the
Sure.
deadline.
So where we are in the current litigation, in the current lawsuit, the rate increase will go into effect. What we need to be working on continues to be how to transition this system out of Jackson Water, whether that's through a state-created entity, whether that's through a city-created entity. We need to work to get Jackson Water transferred out and have the city get the strongest voice it can have on what happens to the system next, because we will have the voice as to what the rates are at that point.
It's already been transferred out, okay?
It has not.
Well, technically, they've already voted and approved it, okay?
No. That didn't transfer.
No, ma'am.
They didn't vote to transfer.
They didn't vote to transfer it. That was our told.
The state.
That's our next step,
The state created one entity that is a possibility. It is not the only possibility, and the system doesn't automatically go to that system.
Maybe I'm not asking the question right, okay? So I'm going to say this. What can we do based on what Mr. Stokes just asked you? I know the deadline has passed. I know the legislature has passed. I know all these things. What can we do at this point to address what he just asked you?
To fight for our citizens? To fight for our citizens, what we can do, we can create city legislation. We can create our own ordinance that creates a municipal water authority that could govern the system in the future and provide a transfer from Jackson Water to that system instead of one that's created by the state. We can fight to get more financial accountability from Jackson Water, which this court, Judge Wingate, has indicated he is going to do currently. We need to have more information and transparency about the contracts and the expenses that Jackson Water incurs to find out whether any rate increase was appropriate and to fight any future one that is not appropriate.
So there's $40,000 we can't spend right now because there's no need to spend.
That's correct. You could, hiring an outside counsel to appeal something past the deadline would be ineffective.
Mr. President, I'm about ready to vote, but Mr. President, when we first brought this item up, we brought it up timely. From there, they said, let's give them this time. That's what makes the people think that it's trickeration taking place. But see, your water own. You're not worried about paying your water bill. And you have no sensitivity toward people who are going without water, even today. So now you're saying, oh, the appeal time is over with. You send us this piece of paper. Why you didn't send us a piece of paper saying, well, we only have so long for the appeal, so we need to do something timely? We could have had a special meeting in and everything else. Where the $800 million, you said we can find out. If they send $800 million in here, why there's no accountability? Where is it at? Where is it spent? That's what made people think this some kind of game, Mr. President. But I'm ready to vote, Mr. President. I know if he's saying the time deadline, I know legally that ain't nothing we can do if the time deadline. But what kind of lawyer allowed the time deadline to expire on a city council? What the hell is that?
All right. I'm going to go ahead and call for the vote.
No, you can't call for the vote at the time that expired.
Well, we got to dispose of it, so they go.
I hold it, Mr. President. I hold my item. I withdraw my item.
I withdraw my second.
All right, thank you.
You're talking about some bullshit.
Mr. Stokes. Colleagues, I'm gonna, we need some positivity here. We're gonna go ahead down to these proclamations. Let's handle item 35, proclamation 35, then we'll move to 36. President Denise Jones been staring through the glass, and I saw Dr. Persephone McDaniel staring at me too. So we will go ahead and get Jackson State out of here as soon as possible. Let's go ahead to 35.
Proclamation honoring Autism Global Activist Marcus Boyd Day.
Mayor. I know. You should come to meetings. You should come to meetings.
That thing with the state, that's a done deal.
That's a done deal.
And he's talking about that ain't no done deal.
Item 35, please. To all the visitors, we kindly ask that you assist us in maintaining decorum in the chambers, colleagues. Mayor? $35. Okay, there you are. Somebody give the mayor a microphone, please. Hold it from the bottom, please. We don't have no money to replace. Everybody.
In the interest of time, we're trying to locate the proclamation for Mr. Boyd, and in the interest of time, if we can move to the second proclamation and presentation.
Okay, we'll move on to item 36.
Proclamation honoring and recognizing Jackson State University's Athletic Director Ashley Robinson.
So moved.
They're your friend, Onetta, Councilman. Onetta,
Elder, you know I love you, don't you?
I'm still going to tell you what he said,
I love her.
Mayor.
All right, I'd like to ask all of the attendees who are here, those who can fit, who are here for the presentation for Mr. Robinson, if they would join me on the podium. Mr. Robinson, Madam President, if you swap sides, yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Mr. President and ladies and gentlemen of the council, and also for all of the attendees today, it gives me great pleasure to recognize a real icon in our community. He is, I won't say single-handedly, but under his leadership, he has taken the I Love athletic activities and programs to a whole nother level. I see Senator Kamisha Mumford here. Senator, if you join us up here, please. Ashley Robinson could be almost anywhere in the country. And he could be using his skills and talents and his leadership skills to do all kinds of wonderful things in other places, but he's been doing some wonderful things in this place that we call Jackson, Mississippi. And in recognition of that, I have a proclamation, and it's not long. I really want to just read the whole thing that says, whereas the city of Jackson proudly honors individuals whose leadership and service brings distinction to our community and our institutions. And whereas Ashley Robinson, a Jackson native, has served as Vice President and Director of Athletics at Jackson State University since 2017, leading Tiger Athletics to more than 30 championships under his motto, building on tradition, blazing new trails. Mr. Robinson's visionary leadership propelled Jackson State University football to consecutive SWAC championships, back-to-back Celebration Bowl appearances, and the 2024 HBCU National Championship, while drawing national attention and acclaim as the first HBCU to host ESPN College Game Day in 2022. And whereas his commitment to academic excellence is reflected in Jackson State University's student athletes maintaining a cumulative GPA average of 3.2, with multiple teams earning 3.0 or higher, and more than 200 students achieving academic distinction annually. And whereas recognized as a 7-time National Athletics Director of the Year, 2024 Cushman and Wakefield AD of the Year Award, the 2024 HBCU Sports AD of the Year. Mr. Robinson was also inducted into the SWAC Hall of Fame.
Mayor, I'm sorry.
We're almost done.
No. Pull the mic to you, please.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Folks on social media want to hear.
Okay. Mr. Robinson was also inducted into the SWAC Hall of Fame and named among Mississippi's top urban elite professionals, top 50 under 50, exemplifying a legacy of achievement and service that uplifts Jackson State University and the city of Jackson. Now, therefore, I, John Horn, Mayor of the City of Jackson, do hereby honor and recognize Ashley Robinson for his extraordinary contributions to Jackson State University, the City of Jackson, and the broader HBCU community. And in demonstration of that, I present the proclamation to Mr. Ashley Robinson. You know, and Ashley, you've just done so many great things, and in the course of that, Jackson State University's athletic program and the institution itself has done so many extraordinary things. Under your leadership, you've taken this program to new heights. You've taken the athletic program to new heights, and in so doing, you've taken Jackson State University and Jackson, Mississippi to new heights. And we just want to commend you for that. You've been a game changer, literally and figuratively.
Amen.
And in recognition of that, we don't do many of these, but I think it's really appropriate and fitting that we give Ashley Robinson the key to the city.
All right.
We've only done, we did the young man who won the talent account, Jamal, yeah, we gave one to Jamal. We gave one to the National Delta Sigma Theta president, international president, excuse me, international president Cheryl Turner. We gave one to the former Vice President Kamala Harris of these United States. And last week, we gave one to Morgan Freeman. And we gave one a little bit ago to the family of Dr. John Perkins. So Ashley Robinson, you're in pretty good company. Congratulations, brothers. And Mr. President, if we could, we want to get the group to move into this area for a group photograph with the City Council.
Does he have any comment?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. President. First, let me introduce the current president of Jackson State University.
Okay, my president.
Doctor, it's so good to have you, and if you will make a few comments.
Well, good morning, everyone. I am Denise
Good
Gregory,
morning.
and I have the pleasure to serve as interim president. Let's give it up again for Ashley Robinson. I'm grateful for him and the work that he does. Mayor mentioned all the many accolades that he does, but he's going to tell you, and I'm going to say it right now, he's going to tell you he doesn't do this alone. So let's also give it up for all the coaches, all of his administrative staff that's a part of the great work. He's going to share that with you. One thing that you'll find out about Ashley, he's very humble about the work that he does. And so he always says, Doc, this is not about me. All these accolades that people give to me, it's not about me. It's about the great work that we do for Jackson State. It's the work that we do for our student athletes. And it's also the people that are around us. And I tell everybody here, our cabinet is here today as well. It's all about the people that you work with, the uplifting of everyone, and the uplifting of our students. But today we're uplifting Ashley Robinson. Let's give it up again for him.
And now for the man of the hour, Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen of the City Council, and to the audience, Brother Ashley Robinson.
Oh, wow. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. First, I'd like to thank the mayor and the City Council. And also, let's give it up, he did say president of Jackson State. Did y'all hear that?
I heard
Let's give it up for the president of Jackson State, Dr. Draco.
I heard it.
I want to tell you, you cannot be successful in athletics at a university without support of your president.
That's right.
And I want to tell her thank you personally for my coaches from the athletic department, from Jackson State University, from the city of Jackson. Thank you for what you're doing for Jackson State University, and I really appreciate you. Next, I want to give it up. Let's give it up for my coaches and our administrators here today. There's no Ashley Robinson without the coaches and administrators I have every single day. My staff works every single day, 7 days a week, to make sure our coaches and our student athletes get what they need. And that's what it's all about. That's the world that we're in. We are servants every single day, and that's why we are successful, because we got great administrators and we got great coaches that love Jackson State University. So I want to give it up for them, because there's no award, no key of the city without my coaches and my administrators. Also, I want to give it up. I got my executive cabinet behind me, and these are all the leaders of Jackson State University. I want to tell them thank you for your support. I know every time you hear athletics, it's always a lot, but I want to say thank you for your support, because I could not do it without you. And to the council, growing up in the city of Jackson, Chastain, Boyle Elementary, Merle High School, I wasn't going to tell this story, but I told one of my friends, I was a little boy watching the news, and I used to say, how do you get a key to the city? Well, Councilman Stokes, I think I done that now, so I'm proud of that, and that's something I do not take lightly. I want to say thank you all. I'm here for the city of Jackson. I'm here for Jackson State University, and I always say a successful Jackson State is also a successful city of Jackson. So let's all work together. Let's continue to grow Jackson State University. We will continue to build on tradition and blaze new trails at the Jackson State University. Go Tigers. So my family could not come this morning, but also my mom and dad, which are Tigers. My brother is back there in the room. They are all a Tiger, so I want to say thank you to my family as well. My lovely girls are not here, but they are Tigers as well, if you saw them, so thank you. And Mayor, I really appreciate this. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Colleagues, Mr. Foote, any comments?
Congratulations.
Ms. Clay?
Go Tigers.
Congratulations.
Ms. Stokes?
I'm proud of the young brother. He's a role model. Young man told me years ago he grew up down from the stadium. That's right. And keep rising to new heights. I hope that the city of Jackson State, and everyone realize how important you are. Because it's young brothers like you and Scott at Grambling and the brother at Alabama State that those white universities are going to pick up, because y'all are proven leaders. We need to put you on the contract. Keep you in Jackson for now on. We're proud of you, there, brother. We may not tell you enough. You hear people complaining about this and that. But we proud of you. We proud of Jackson State. I'm one of the few people still living that was born on Jackson State campus in the health center. Somebody else, okay. I was too. And my mother was working in the dining hall at the time when they got her master. But we saying this to you, Coach. They recognize you all over this world. We keep up with all the different activities that they have for you. I think they had some in Las Vegas and, all kind of places. They don't do that for chumps. They do that for people like you because you stand out. Mr. Mayor, good job. You brought the right one to City Hall for us to say thank you to. Good job, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, Mr. Hartley?
Yeah, I could go on forever. Ward 5, Jackson State, right down the street from where I live. I hear the marching band at night. Went home to my home state, South Carolina, and I had to make my grandniece had to bend her head when I reminded her, although she go to state there in Orangeburg, we beat them. We met them and we beat them. And so look, we have to do enough, and I encourage my colleagues, when I'm struggling, when I'm asking for things around the Jackson State area, this is why. It's this important, not only for the championship, not only for the academics, but also for our history, that we maintain and preserve that area as much as possible. President, Madam President, best of luck. I hope you're in, and you have just been wonderful. Please, all my thanks and appreciation from the community, Country Park, Washington Edition, all those communities around there. We certainly thank you for everything you do. You make everything look good, and we have a debt to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Ms. Brown-Thomas?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. Parkinson?
You bring a lot of pride to our city. The ripples of your leadership go well beyond the students you serve. The entire community looks to your leadership, and we thank you for your service.
All right, thank you. And for me, Ashley, Madam President, everybody else, Coach TC, Coach Johnson, it's because of the work y'all do that I pay my 40 by 40 every month. That I pay my AD Club dues every year. I should have worn my AD Club jacket today. And that I continue to give. And I normally have my college ring on. It's an academic ring, but I don't care. But it's because of the work you all are doing over there at 1400 G. Street. My neighbor, Onetta, keeping y'all out of trouble. All right? It's because of that the legacy continues. And so I just want to say thank you. Thank you for everything. And you are my president.
That's
all
right.
Amen.
All right. Just one more note, please indulge me. I'd like to recognize the lady that's responsible for mentoring me and bringing me to Jackson, Miss Gloria Tatum. She was one of the JSATs.
That's the head JSAT.
She got me here to where I am today. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you.
That's the
Thank you, Jackson State.
All right. Any more questions or comments, colleagues? Y'all, if y'all come around front, let's take a picture.
Thank you, Mr. President, and members of the council, and a shout out to Coach T.C. Taylor.
That's right.
I know that
I'm gonna be in Nashville.
Council President mentioned him, but Coach, we want to give a special shout out to you. We're looking for that HBCU national champion later this year, Coach. Appreciate you. Keep up the hard work.
Don't think we gonna make it.
There are a lot of visitors. As long as you pass security check, you can come on back here if you tall. Come on, Coach. Come on back. Coach Johnson, if they pass security, you don't know it. I know it. They pass. Now, y'all know Willie. Assistant AD, anybody that's tall who can come up here.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
The mic is on.
All right, here we go. Everyone looking this way, please. James, coming this way. Come this way. Okay. Once we finish this one, we will go outside and take one on the steps after we. Everybody looking this way, even you, live with it. All right, here we go. Everyone look here, please. We'll go out these doors once we finish.
We're going to recess for 10 minutes. Adam, we on clear. 35, all right?
Proclamation honoring Autism Global Activist Marcus Boyd Day.
Who is this for?
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, when when you talk about bravery and surviving and prevailing beyond great odds, Marcus Leonardo Boyd is one who exemplifies that. Mr. Boyd, if you would come a little closer.
Yes, sir.
Whereas the City of Jackson is committed to building a community rooted in inclusion, opportunity, and equal access for all of its residents, whereas Marcus Leonardo Boyd has demonstrated extraordinary resilience, having spent nearly 14 years as a nonverbal child and navigating 16 foster home placements before finding his voice. Marcus Boyd has used his lived experience to advocate within the neurodiverse community, raising awareness and promoting understanding through his work in the arts and public engagement. And whereas he has been recognized as a multi-award-winning music producer and activist, and in 2025 was inducted into the Mississippi Business Hall of Fame, reflecting achievement in both creative and economic leadership. And whereas his journey serves as an inspiration to children, families, and individuals throughout Jackson and beyond, demonstrating that challenge can be transformed into purpose and leadership. And whereas recognizing Marcus Boyd affirms the City of Jackson's ongoing commitment to representation, empowerment, and support for individuals with autism and related disabilities. Now, therefore, I, John Hoare, Mayor of the City of Jackson, Mississippi, do hereby proclaim April 2nd, 2026, in alignment with World Autism Awareness Day and as Autism Global Activist Marcus Boyd Day in the City of Jackson. And encourage all citizens to join in recognizing the contributions of Marcus Boyd and in promoting awareness, acceptance, and inclusion for individuals on the autism spectrum. In witness thereof, I've hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city to be affixed on April 2nd, on March 2nd, 2026. That was our Autism Awareness Day. Marcus came by and picked up this proclamation earlier, but we wanted to take this time to publicly thank him for all of his determination, his spirit, and his resilience in this world that we live in today and here in Jackson, Mississippi. Marcus, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Mayor.
Mayor, if you don't mind.
Mr. President, if I could ask Mr. Boyd if he would have a few remarks.
And after that, you all could come in front and take a piece. Thank you.
Hello to all y'all beautiful people up in here, handsome and gorgeous and beautiful people. Let me make sure that I got some church-going people up in here. The Lord is good. All the time. And all the time? God is good. Amen, amen. Let me say this. First of all, April is Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month. This proclamation has nothing to do with Marcus Leonardo Boyd. This proclamation has everything to do with every child, teenager, adult who has autism or any type of special needs in the state of Mississippi and globally. That's what this has something to do with. This is a historic moment, okay? Because for those who don't know, yes, when I was nonverbal, I didn't speak a word until I was almost 14. That means I started speaking at a 2-year-old's level. At almost 14. I didn't start speaking like I do now until I was almost 18. I'm 43. I've been in 16 to 17 foster homes, group homes, mental institutions, electrical shock therapy, and that Ritalin, Paxil, Depakote, Seroquel, Zoloft, 250, 500 milligrams twice a day. I used the bathroom on myself, sensory issues. I jumped on people, scratched them, bite them at 13 and 14 years old. They told me I was going to be a human vegetable. I would never be on my own. 11 different doctors in 2 different states said that my grandma should put me up in their facilities and they will pay her a stipend to do medical research, experiments on me because they didn't know how to handle me. What you see in here is God's work. That's what you see in here. What you see in here is God's work. This has nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. So don't clap for me. Clap for the new entry, for somebody who has autism, Down syndrome, special needs. Whether you got a family member or a friend, or you know somebody who has a child who has autism or special needs, this moment is for them. What this mayor done was open the portal for the future leaders who have autism. That's what this mayor and this city council has done. And I appreciate it. I appreciate the city. I appreciate my store representative. Shout out to my job, Walmart on Greenway store 903. You know what I'm saying? Front end. You know what I'm saying? New Orleans, Jessica, April. You know what I'm saying? Both of Miss Kim's. You know what I'm saying? Store manager. I represent Walmart heavy because I'm over there. That's my family. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Miss Smith. We did it, sis. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Benny Foster. Shout out to Miss Williams. I saw Miss Mumford over here. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jamal. You know what I'm saying? These are legends up in here. Shout out to this council. You know what I'm saying? I saw you doing that dance on the TV. I saw you, my guy. I saw you doing the dance. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, listen, I know my time's up, but at the end of the day, when you see somebody with autism, when you future parents, if you listening to me, don't shun your kids. Don't get upset. Don't say that you can't deal with them. Don't say they too much. Don't blame it on your spouse. Don't blame it on your family member because I was your kid. My mom gave up on me. She told the family court she didn't want me 37 years ago. She said I was too retarded to be her son. Now who's standing there? Who's showing who's retarded now?
Yes, sir. You keep trusting God. Yes, sir. Keep your hand in God's hand. Bet you make it all right. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Dan. What happened? It's all right, colleagues, we're going to move to item 28.
Order of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi, offering a reward in the amount of $5,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of persons responsible for the deaths of Terry Burrell Jr. and Chloe Hudson.
All right, it's been moved and properly second. Questions or comments?
Mr. President, this is the two young people they killed that attended Linear High School, and it's $2,500 a piece. That's come to $5,000, but the sheriff said on yesterday they need any help they could get, and we got to try to get this killer or killers off the street. And they only get the reward if a person is arrested and convicted.
Any more questions or comments? Chief, you have any input? Legal, you have any input?
I'm sorry, sir.
Do you have any input?
On this Thank you, Michelle Brackney, Chief of Police. We've had multiple discussions on how we leverage better the Crime Stoppers money, and are we being as impactful and effective? This was just a discussion we had on Monday with just putting something out as simply as a poster that is distributed, and the people who don't use that type of media or mediums are not the ones who can best help us and suit us. So what I would ask is that we consider looking at the money differently, and that we start doing things like putting almost like, I don't want to call them reenactments, but having students from JSU, Tougaloo, we have Belhaven, we have Millsaps, start putting together little portfolios, like a 30-second soundbite, and then we connect the Crime Stoppers money to that, so that we are now reminding people what the memory is of the incident that occurred, also bringing in family members so their voices can be elevated about the pain that they're experiencing when these crimes go unsolved. But it also, when you use your younger audiences, as I'm going to call them, they use Instagram, social media, etc. If they're part of the production of these events, they normally tell their friends. They start sharing it because they've been involved with it, and it gets further out into the community, a lot deeper in the community, and it has a much more impactful reach than just typically a Crime Stoppers. So I would ask if we could leverage money differently. We could take up this case or one of the other ones that you would recommend, sir, as one of our first pilot ones. If you would give us the opportunity to do it differently, to reach further, to reach deeper as well. And we know it does come with an arrest and conviction. And so if we're looking at it at that level, let's do something so that we can make sure that we get people interested in talking, participating, and giving us information and evidence. I'll take any of your questions, sir.
Well, I have no problem with it, Chief. What I found over the years, the city of Jackson paid the most money to Crime Stoppers, but we get less money in return.
That's correct, sir. We have not had the return on our investment. And if I believe that part of it is $100,000 was given to the district attorney's office for us to be able to do that kind of work. If I'm misspeaking, please let me know, but as I've been briefed on that. And so how do we get our return on our investment is the question you really are asking, and are we spending that money wisely?
Well, with all the murders that you have in the city of Jackson, look like we'll have Crime Stoppers saying something weekly.
We should.
But it does not exist.
That is correct.
But the money they're taking from Jackson is to help these other counties. They pay a lot less than Jackson, but they get more help than we get in Jackson. We cannot allow criminals just to kill and not be captured.
You are absolutely correct. You get no argument from me, which is exactly why we have to be much more creative and not just think outside the box, but think outside the building about how we do things different and leverage our partners, holding them not only accountable, but also more creative solutions. We can't use Crime Stoppers like the old fax machine, and that's currently what we're doing. There are innovative ways that we can do this, much more creative ways that are much more impactful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, any more questions or comments? Mr. Parkinson?
Thank you. This
these were terrible cases, and so I support the efforts to bring justice to these families. I have a legal question. It says that the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi hereby offers a reward, and I'm just wondering, does that meet legal sufficiency? Does it need to be changed that the money comes from the police? I'm just not, can the City Council offer a reward in cases like this?
They can. Drew Martin, City Attorney. So state statute permits the municipality to vote up to $15,000 for various crime-stopping type purposes, apprehension of criminals, finding missing persons, and some other things.
And then if it passes, does this money become, like, how do we account for this $5,000 until it becomes actualized?
Well, what we used to do is get the fund balance, because nothing is going to be done this budget year. Now, and the
Mike, Chief.
Chief Rackney, you're correct. By the time they arrest, convict, trial, this $2,500 might not see daylight until 2035. So, but if you're going to put it in, you do always have to hold it and account for it, even though you don't spend it. Thank you.
Well, I know for me, I'm uncomfortable supporting this item because of the intel that I have. These are some JPD students, but I also have a couple of students who are victims of unsolved crimes, and the city has not put up any money to help find who killed them. Also, one of my classmates was just on the news this weekend where her son's homicide case was closed and she was not notified. And so I just feel like this is going to establish a precedent that we cannot keep up with. So that's my position, and I want to explain why I'm going to vote no on this item. Are there any more questions or concerns? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Who's abstaining? All right. All right, thank you.
Mr. President?
Yes, sir.
Chief, could we request your leadership on this in terms of how you want to do it? However you do it, we support you.
Thank you, sir. They actually, I've actually asked them, and then one of the captains just brought to our attention, there are several cases that we should, at this point in time, that are unsolved, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, that we have not engaged with. And so not only are we looking to do this with Crime Stoppers, I am now putting it out there publicly. There have been people who have reached out to me prior to my arrival about their loved ones who are victims of murder, homicides, and they are requesting meetings with me, and I'm now requiring that we do a briefing with every victim who calls me and wants to know about their loved one. I'm bringing in the Deputy Chief of Investigations and the detective assigned, and they are now required to sit in front of that victim and tell them where we are in that investigation, what we might look forward to without revealing any of the crimes that or the evidence that we would need for court. But we now have an obligation to tell people who have been victimized by crime, who are victims of some of the most egregious crimes, what is happening on the investigations with their loved ones. And when you have the detectives sit in front of that victim and explain to that victim's family, it has a very different impact than being able to not return someone's call or just say we're behind in cases.
Chief, I want to thank you for that mentality. Several years ago, it was brought up, the city of Jackson pulling out of this situation with Crime Stoppers, simply because we're paying the most of the money, but we're not getting enough action. So I hope that you at least let them know that they got to do better with all the murders that we have in this city. They should have some on television every week, at least every month.
Yes, sir. I think in the 5 days, the department is getting a very clear message of what my expectations are. And these expectations don't come from me. These are expectations that come from the citizens of Jackson who have deserved better. And where we have failed them, we need to acknowledge that. And when we failed our officers and not developing them fully, and giving them the equipment and the tools and the training we need to also own that so that we all do better.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, item 29.
Resolution of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi, in support of the celebration of a belated Happy Resurrection 2026.
So moved.
Second. That's been moved and properly second. Questions or comments?
Mr. President, I just want to apologize for not getting this on the agenda at the last meeting, but you're never too late to say Happy Easter. And it was a mistake I made by not getting it on the agenda. I want to correct that mistake because I hope everyone had a happy Easter and realized that he rose. Thank you.
You know, as a practicing Catholic, you know that Easter is not over. So we good to go. All in favor?
A Baptist Catholic.
Okay. 30.
Resolution of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi, in support of 33rd Annual Lynch Street Cultural Arts Festival.
Amen.
So moved.
Second. It's been moved and properly second. I know Ms. Carter was here.
She's still here.
If you, while she come up, I'd just like to say, this is in my ward, it's celebrating the Lynch Street Cultural Arts Festival. Just one thing of note, it offers significant economic returns, generating nearly 10 times the cost of its organization when accounting for both direct and cultural benefits. You have vendors, attendees can spend up to $40 per person, but primarily beyond the economic impact, the festival strengthens community pride, preserves Jackson's rich heritage, and support local artists, making it a valuable long-term investment to the city. And I appreciate Ms. Carter, who is also, tell us, your CEO and president of the West Central. Go ahead and tell us about you.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Again, my name is Linda Carter, and I am CEO of the West Jackson Community Development Corporation. And we are about to sponsor the 33rd Annual Lynch Street Cultural Arts Festival. Started back in 1991. And that's a long time. That's a long time. And we try to bring back old artists to give that flavor of what Lynch Street used to be. I don't know how many of you young people remember that. I don't. But it was lined with nightclubs and things like that with old music. And so this year, our national renowned artist is Brick.
Amen.
Now, how many have you heard of Brick?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. And so, and then we'll have Karen Brown, who sang in many of the nightclubs here in Jackson. And we also have another group that we are showcasing their talent. It's called Light of Entertainment. They're a good group, never been on a stage like this before, but they will be portraying Tina Turner. They dress like all the artists that they are singing about. But yeah.
These national artists, how much does it cost the community to come?
Oh, it costs the community absolutely nothing to come on Saturday to see these people. However, we are having, sponsoring a banquet on Friday night, which the tickets are $50 and tables in which seats 10 is $500. And we've never gone up in all of these years. And so we hope to raise those funds in order to put on a free festival. But we have never charged an admission charge, and we've had people like the Spinners, the OJs, Rolls Royce, just a lot of people coming out. So if you pay $50 on Friday night, then you can come see them for free on Saturday. We'll have a children's village, and we look for low to moderate income families to come take part and we'll have free food and snowballs for the young people, assuming that they don't have money to pay for it. And we'll have a health fair as well, and booths lined on both sides of the grass. I say grass because, keep in mind, Lynch Street is all dug up right now. And if you've gone by the fire station, I believe that's 26, I'm not sure, but it's the entrance of University Boulevard and Lynch Street. The Lynch Street Festival will be on the vacant lot just adjacent to Lynch Street, from University Park down Canal to Poindexter, same space. So we invite the public to come out, everyone, and have a good time. Anything else?
Good job.
Yeah, and the vendors, you got a bunch of vendors and a bunch of opportunities to folks to get welfare, health checks and so forth. Okay, didn't know if you want to add to that, but.
Thank you so much, and I look forward for all city council and mayor to be present. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Item, wait, no, we got to vote on this, right?
Yes.
All right, all in favor? 7-0, thank you. Item 31.
Resolution of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi, in support of the 7th Annual South Jackson Festival and Parade.
So moved.
Second.
All right, colleagues, I'm not going to hold you. This is our 7th Annual South Jackson Parade and Festival. As always, I'm going to ask and encourage each council member to please participate. You can ride the parade, you can put a car in, you can walk the parade. It's a great day, and we've had 6 years so far without incident. And so again, this parade and festival will be April 18th. Lineup will be, I think, at 8 a.m. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, please reach out to me or Mr. Ernest Ward with AskJam. All right, any more questions or comments? All in favor? 7-0, thank you. Item discussion, item 32.
Mr. President, I'll get with Public Works Director concerning the snakes and around Town Creek, but I'll get with him and we'll schedule a meeting with the community.
All right, item 33.
Mr. President, I have two people here from Bishop Street. They'll tell the situation. Come on. This microphone right here, ma'am. Ma'am. Microphone right there. Tell your name and tell what you're going through on Bishop Street, please.
Yes, my name is Fayla Ford, and I live on Bishop, 3933 Bishop, right off of Northside Drive. And I'm here about my house and trees falling out in the creek that's behind my house, and my house is damaged a lot.
The trees over the years have fallen out of the drainage.
Yeah,
Fall on your house.
Yeah.
And you had to fix it yourself.
Yeah,
The city said that it's not their creek.
yeah, the
And
city.
you said that y'all gonna cut the trees down. They said you couldn't
And
do that.
the city said I couldn't because it belongs to the city.
And the city said it don't belong to them.
Say it,
They said it don't belong to us.
say it in the microphone so they can hear you. Say it in the microphone so they can hear you.
You have to talk in the
I said, the city said that it told her that she couldn't go out there and work and do anything in the ditch because it don't belong to her. And then they couldn't do nothing because it don't belong to them, so who it belongs to?
Okay. Let me say this, but that's not this administration that said that. So what we'll do, the Public Works right there, directors there, we'll try to do a meeting at your house, and so you can show it to them and everything.
Okay.
Anything else y'all want to say?
And see, like up on the Northside Drive, all that stopped up.
He's saying that the drainage run to Northside Drive, it go under it, and it's all stopped up and it's bagging back on them.
When it
Mr.
rains,
President,
when
I
it rains,
believe that that's
it'll be about
Knee-high in my backyard. It's run up on them, in my backyard like a river, like a creek, and it just done knocked all it in my garage, everything. That water just run through there, and burned snakes and anything through there.
Now, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 81. And I've
I'm
been there. I've been there for over 50 years. When I first moved there, the house was 17 years old, and Miss Tucker lived next door. And she done moved and passed away, but I'm still here.
Amen.
So
Mr. President.
I used to didn't ask for no help. I'd get out there and do it myself.
We're
But
going
I done got too old to do that now.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I'm just need something to be did to my backyard, all them limbs and everything, and trees, roots, and all that's in my backyard. So I can't do it no more.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. President, to the citizens, we're going to have Mr. Lorenzo Anderson, that curly-haired fellow right over there, ma'am. He's going to meet with you after the meeting and get some further details. I believe that a portion of the $40 million that we issued in a bond may be able to address this matter once we do the bids and select the contractors on that. We're going to be doing a lot of storm drain clearage, and hopefully yours will be on the list. And if it's not already on the list, we'll make sure that you all get on the list.
Okay, Mr. Johnson.
Appreciate you, Valerie's mom.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, I do know. Yeah, I know you, yes. Yes, I'm Valerie's mother. And Valerie, you know, she passed away.
I know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
came to your
I
house. Yes,
yeah.
ma'am. I appreciate
Thank you.
Thanks for coming to see us today.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, colleagues, we will not be going into executive session today. This is why it's important to get everybody at work session. This is a long meeting. Mr. Parkinson will go clock this one. Now we got a resolution, Councilman Stokes, item 37.
Thank you, Mr. President. We're blessed to have Lady Adrena here with us. She was the only entertainer from Jackson when Morgan Freeman brought his outstanding activity to the city auditorium.
That's who that was.
And I had a chance to meet her, and I asked her where she's from, and she told me that she's from Jackson, the only one of the singers from Jackson. She's a special person, and she's getting ready to go to all over the world entertaining, but with Morgan Freeman, they've been going all over the United States also. And I just wanted her to come to City Hall and ask the clerk to please read the resolution. And the state Senate has a item they want to present to also. So we'll let the clerk.
Resolution of the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi, honoring and commending Ms. Adrienne Palmer, Lady Adrena, as local vocalist, as lead vocalist with Morgan Freeman's symphonic blues experience.
So moved.
Second.
Oh, no, just.
It's a resolution.
We present this.
I'll move it anyway. It's a good idea.
Whereas, in highest tradition, the City Council of Jackson, Mississippi honor those who advance quality of life and serve as ambassadors for our prestigious city. Ms. Adrienne Palmer, a Jackson native, began singing at the age of 5 at County Line Baptist Church. She is the daughter of doting parents, Mr. Charles and Mrs. Alice Palmer. Following the release, an overwhelming response to her single was Good for the Goose. She realized her love for the blues. Launching her career has been a journey of passion and perseverance, driven by purpose. From the United States to France, the United Kingdom, and everywhere music finds its way, Lady Adrena music has been widely received. Her songwriting captures true and bare emotion. She has delighted audiences while performing with legends such as Anthony Hamilton, Betty Wright, the Barcades, Lakeside, and Vic Allen. After taking second place at the Vicksburg International Blues Challenge, she returned to her gospel roots and evolution as a traditional blues artist. Recipe for the Blues earned her a strong place in the blues arena as she boldly embraced the name Lady Adrena to announce her arrival. And whereas presently, Lady Adrena is traveling nationally as featured enthralling lead vocalist with Morgan Freeman's symphonic blues experience. She continues to perfect her stage presentations with each performance. The City of Jackson is deeply grateful to our ambassador, Ms. Adrian Lady Adrena Palmer. Now therefore, be it resolved that Councilman Kenneth I. Stokes and his council colleagues do hereby highly honor and celebrate Ms. Adrian Palmer, a prolific vocalist who exhibits the epitome of soulful blues, done this 7th day of April 2026.
On behalf of the City of Jackson, we'd like to present you this resolution, tell you thank you for representing the city in such a positive manner. We appreciate your entertainment with Morgan Freeman, and we appreciate everything you stand for. The Senate wants to present you something. We'll hear from you, and you can tell about getting ready to go to Paris and other places. You're in the hands of the Senator.
Thank you, Councilman Stokes. Mr. Mayor, City Council, I also learned at the Symphony Blues that not only was Lady Adrena a resident of the City of Jackson, she is a resident of Senate District 26. All right. And we are adjourned, and so I wanted to take this opportunity. I didn't want to wait until next session to present this proclamation to you from the Mississippi State Senate for your dedication not only to your craft, but to our community. So thank you for all that you do. Thank you.
First, I want to say thank you to Councilman Stokes and the City Council and Senator Mumford. I am so honored to accept this proclamation. It means a lot to me. Not only am I a citizen of Jackson, but I am a student of Jackson Public Schools. Ms. Jones was my teacher, my classmate, and I want to give a shout out to Vic Allen, one of the persons who gave me my start in singing, period. That Vic Allen. He gave me a chance to sing the background for him for several years, so I'm grateful for that. And through my nonprofit organization, Dreams Closet, I paired with the Boys and Girls Club to help them with their music department over there. So I've been working with the kids because we have a lot of talent in Jackson. We have a lot of talent in Mississippi, and I want to do my part in help cultivating our youngsters and getting them started in music. So I want to say thank you again. Oh, you said about August, I'm going back to Canada. November through December, I'll be touring France and Europe. I got a lot of stuff going on, so y'all follow me on social media, and you can keep up with what Lady Adrena has going on. And I want to say thank you again. That's it. Oh, you want me to sing a little something? My favorite song is by Coco Taylor, Wang Dang Doodle.
Actually, that is my favorite, but we need to get you, and we want to get some of you and Vic, since both of y'all are here. That's a director, Vic. Come on.
Get paid. What ain't they do?
She gonna start, and then y'all do something too.
What ain't they do?
It's Valerie's birthday. You gotta do it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Valerie. Happy birthday to you.
Now, Vic is the velvet voice. Now, I sing blues. I'm old. I'm a cafe, juke joint type of woman.
So is Valerie.
Okay?
Let's go.
All right. So put your hands together. We're going to turn into a little juke joint right quick, okay? Tell Automatic Slim, tell Razor Toting Jim, to tell Butcher Knife Toting Nanny, to tell Fast Talking Fanny. We gon' picture Wang Dang Doodle all night long. Hey, everybody say all night long. Come on, say it all night long. Everybody say all night long. All night long. We gon' picture Wang Dang Doodle all night long.
Once again, thank you so much. We need to get your picture, Lady Adrena. Thank you, Councilman Stokes. Colleagues, item 38. Show of hands, you got your reports. They passed them out today. Parkinson taught everybody. Not as many as me, though, but. You got your report? Show of hands, your reports. All right, very good. Is there anything else to come before this body?
Yes, Mr. President.
Let's get, Mr. Mayor, let's get Mr. Parkinson first, and then we'll take the mayor, we'll take the mayor, and then we'll go back to Ms. Brown Thomas.
Thank you, Mr. President. Real quickly, there is a cleanup in the Dutyville neighborhood this coming Saturday at 8 a.m. at Galilee Mount Baptist Church. If you're interested, you can get in touch with the community leaders there or our office, and we're happy to give you the details. But we hope to see everybody out there. It's a small community, and so they need all hands on deck. So everybody across all wards, we invite you to come help Dutyville this coming Saturday.
All right, Mayor?
Thank you, Mr. President. Last Thursday, our office distributed the legislative project spending report from the 2026 session, and the total money appropriated within Jackson city limits was $26,520,000. $5.6 million of that goes directly to the city. $7.2 million goes to Hinds County, of which $1,850,000 goes for city projects. And then there's $19 million for nonprofits within the city limits who received different projects. The legislature had well over $1.2 billion in requests, and the city of Jackson was able to garner $26,520,000, which represents more than 10% of the total legislative spend on bond projects. We've distributed that to the council, but I wanted to publicly mention it to you again. So.
Thank you. Thank you. And I do want to note that $400,000 is earmarked for West Side Central.
Community Center, that's right.
So we're very grateful for that. Ms. Brown?
Thank you. Just want to let everybody know that Mayfair Subdivision in Ward 6 is having a major cleanup April 25th. We're asking for volunteers, children, students, come out, and we're having a major big cleanup in Ward 6, South Jackson.
Thank you. Mr. Hartley?
Yes, just want to remind folks, we're constantly trying to clean up our city. Roll-off dumpster day is this coming Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Old Norwood Shopping Center, and also Old KJ's parking lot at 3770 Highway 80. Just want to remind you. And also there's going to be residential debris disposal Friday the 24th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Old Norwood Shopping Center, Rains Park, and also the Old Food Depot, but I'll probably mention that later. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Is there anything else come for
Yes,
Mr. Stokes?
Thank you. Could we close the meeting in honor of Mr. Bobby Sutton?
Sorry about that.
It's all right. Miss Virginia Miller, Miss Lula Gilbert, Miss LaVon Frazier, Miss Wynette Toddy, Mr. Marcus Terrell Haynes, and Miss Verlina Collins.
All right, thank you.
Well, Mr. President, one last thing. I neglected to mention that on top of the $26.5 million, Jackson State University received $10 million in the bond program, so I didn't want to leave them out.
Very good, very good. Ms. Clay, anything? No. Mr. Foote?
No, sir.
All right, is there anything else come before this body at this time? All right.